Welcome back to another episode of After the License. I'm your host, Jeff Bittner. You can catch these episodes not only everywhere you get podcasts, but on YouTube as well. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have YouTube-specific live streams and trainings that just aren't available on the podcast. Today, I want to touch on understanding your conversion rate and why it's important to your business. So when you run a business, and real estate's, it's not just real estate, but any business in general, we have to be willing to take risks. We have to be willing to try new things. And in real estate, that often means exploring different lead generation sources. Maybe it's open houses, maybe it's postcards, maybe it's mailers, maybe you're gonna pay a lead generation company, maybe you're gonna do Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever it is. So you're going to try out a new lead generation source. What I would encourage you to do is understand or think about your conversion rate before you take that plunge. So the importance of this is if we don't understand our conversion rate. So a good example would be with internet leads. If you're doing Facebook lead gen, do you expect to convert 5% of these leads, 10% of these leads, 15% of these leads, whatever that is? Think about that conversion rate and understand it and write it down. And before you jump into that lead generation source, talk to other people working those leads and say, hey, is this a good conversion rate? Is this something you've closed? What is your conversion rate? Understanding that conversion rate before you take that plunge, in my opinion, is so vitally important. Too often in real estate, as agents, we jump into a new lead generation source, and because they're called leads from some company or from some other guru or marketer who's doing that lead generation source, because they're called leads, we expect those people to be ready to buy real estate right away. And more often than not, that's just not the case. So online lead gens, as a good example, if you do any online lead generation, so Facebook advertising, Google advertising, more often than not, you can expect to close 1 to 3% of those. That's the national average. So 1 to 3% of those leads are going to convert into closings if you follow up and you do it for a long enough period of time. So it can't just be you follow up with them for a month. You've got to do it for 9, 12, 18 months. But if you don't understand that conversion rate going in and you don't think about it and you don't talk to it about it with other people, then you might get 10 or 20 or 30 leads, follow up with them once or twice, and if they don't turn into anything, you get discouraged and you move on to the next thing. So think about that conversion rate, understand it, really process it, right? Open up a spreadsheet, start to do some math. Okay, if I pay for 100 of these leads or 200 of these leads with this conversion rate, how many closings can I expect? Because if you do that in the beginning, then you feel good about the process of following up with those leads. And if nothing comes from it in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, again, if you thought about it beforehand and you weren't expecting that to happen, there's a better chance you're going to stick with it and you're going to have success with it. So think about that conversion rate before you jump into any new lead generation strategy, any new marketing strategy. Understand that conversion rate and make decisions based on that conversion rate and not just on your emotional response because someone told you it's good or someone told you it worked for them. Okay guys, this was understanding conversion rate. I hope you found value from this video. If you're watching on YouTube, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below. We've got a ton of goodies in the description, by the way. So if you haven't been checking that out, go take a look at those links and I'll catch you next time.